This is the story of that time I met a cannibal. So, in 2014, I was a very avid Halo player. I had been playing Halo my entire life, and I wanted to join a group of other people who played Halo religiously. We got about 10 seconds into the story, and I got distracted by chat. This will be cut up better for YouTube, I'm sure. If not, get fucked. So, I ended up joining a Halo clan around when Halo 4 had came out, maybe just a little bit afterwards. And in that clan was a guy who we're going to call Grimm, along with a lot of other people. Now, some things to note. Grimm was like 3 years older than me, and there were about 2 other people in this friend group my age. Everyone else was the same age as him. So, of everyone, I and my friend were the most gullible of Nancy's because we were the babies. Please keep that in mind as I tell you how much bullshit I went through and was okay with in this story. Because I was like 12. So, that clan, we all had some fun in it, but eventually, and we all decided to leave and make our own Halo clan. Starting brand new, fresh, with Grimm as the leader, the head honcho, all that jazz. And in this clan, we all trained together pretty much every day for weeks and weeks and weeks. And while we all had opened up to each other, we knew each other pretty well, we didn't know jack shit about Grimm. He had told us that he was living off of inheritance, and that was about it. We knew that he was living off of inheritance, and he lived in the northern United States. So, after a few months, the clan started to form an upper inner circle of those of us who were originally friends versus those who joined later on. And in that inner circle, after, it'd been about 6 months, 7 months of being friends, playing together every single day. Grimm invites us all to a voice call and is like, hey, you guys, you're like family to me. And I have some family traditions that I want to let you guys in on now that we're so close, but I don't know if you're worthy or if you're ready. And we're like, that's weird. What? You don't know if we're worthy for you to open up, but okay. Well, what do we do to prove that we're worthy for you to open up to us, man? We want you to feel comfortable in this friend group. What do you have to do? Oh, just sign a Blood Pact. What? Huh? Just do a what? Oh yeah, just sign a Blood Pact. Can't sign a Blood Pact over Xbox, in case you're wondering. That's not physically possible. Not something you can do. So all of us were a little bit stumped on this. We were like, man, what other options do we have? And he's like, well, since we cherish this game a lot, I could just kill you in Halo a bunch of times and we'll call it a day. I'm sure that holds up in the eyes of whatever his religious beliefs were. Sure, fuck it, whatever. Killing people in Halo is the exact same as bloodletting. That is the same level of sacrifice. Who are we to question this? It's his religion, his secret to share. We all let him kill us in Halo. Because at this point, we've gone from just curious as friends to being like, okay, well now this is fucking weird. Which means we have to know what the hell is going on. Yeah. So, we're like, sign a Blood Pact, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, now you're almost ready. And we're like, fuck, man, what do you mean almost ready? And he's like, wait. You've done everything you need to do. Now I just have to wait for the sign that I can tell you. So, a day goes by. Nothing happens. We meet up, we play Halo. Another day goes by. Nothing happens. We meet up, we play Halo. A third day goes by. Nothing happens. I'm starting to think this is all bullshit. We play some Halo. It is the 4th day. I have just gotten home from school, as have pretty much everyone else. and I'm going to say Trent, the other kid around my age, and this is not his real name. None of these real names they use. They're just close enough. Trent invites us all to a party chat. And he's like, hey guys, I just threw up black ooze in the shower. Which two other guys go, oh yeah, me too, man. That was scary as shit. I threw up black ooze. It was like a slug. It crawled out of my mouth, like adding more. So I don't want to be the odd one that's left out. I don't know if they're all lying or mass hallucinating or pulling a prank. So I'm just like, fuck it. Sure, yeah, I definitely also threw up some black ooze. That was super scary. Yeah, that was, yeah, and he was like, that's it, that's the sign I was waiting for. I knew that you guys were worthy. I'm gonna tell you all. So I have a sister, and my sister and I have been upholding our parents' family tradition ever since they passed when we were children. We go out for weekly hunts for real-life people. And we were like, are you joking, man? He's like, nope. No, this is something that's really important to me. It brings me closer to my dead ex-wife, which we'll get into that in a minute. He's like, I do go out and I eat people, and I hope that doesn't change how you guys feel about me. So, a lot of us are skeptical, of course. Some of us are concerned, as you should be. And one or two people in the group were just morbidly impressed because on Xbox you get a bunch of edgy Redditors together. That's just how it goes. All of us were too in deep to leave. Now, getting into the whole wife thing, now that he's opened up to us, he starts telling us about, oh yeah, that wife I mentioned. I have a dead wife named Mina. And we're all like, you're 18. Are you sure you've gotten married and lost a wife in this time? And he's like, oh yeah, she didn't die. She was just kidnapped and sent to hell. What? Fucking what? So he starts talking about how, oh yeah, well, this family tradition is part of our family's beliefs that we're meant to go to hell, and this is how we get there faster, because we're supposed to go back and reclaim our place as rulers. Okay. And my wife is being held hostage, and she is going to come back. I've been going to hell fucking every week to try and get her back, and I just can't find her. So by this point, most of us are convinced that he's just insane, and the cannibalism isn't a real thing that's happening. Until his sister joins in to the friend group one day while he's not around. He's joined the call, and he has left to go get food. And she joins the voice chat before he can kick her out. So we're all like, okay, this is the perfect time to interview this bitch. What the hell is going on? Is he really a cannibal? Does he have a dead wife? Is he really a cannibal? We get to he is really a cannibal, and he had a wife. And then she's removed from the call because he's back. And we are informed we're not allowed to talk to her. At this time, my childhood best friend develops a massive crush on her and immediately leaves the friend group to go start dating the cannibal sister. So that's a side note that will not get addressed and is left unresolved to this day. I just wanted to drop that in here at this point. He left to be with her, they broke up, and he's still obsessed with her. That's it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So, after a while, the we've stuck around friends with him. We're starting to not believe the cannibal thing, but whatever. He's a fucking god at Halo, and if we don't have him as our clan leader, we're immediately going to turn to the shittiest clan instead of the best one that's ever graced this fucking planet, because for some reason he is the sniping of a god. Maybe the cannibalism gave him superpowers. I don't know. But at some point, he butt dials me on the way to one of our meetups. And on that butt dial, there is a drunken laughing, the sound of police sirens, and muffled screaming coming from his trunk. I screamed a lot to get his attention and was like, hey man. Eventually he picked up and I was like, hey man, what the fuck is going on? What's all this racket? And he's like, oh, I'm just picking up dinner. I'll be home in 10 minutes. And before I can ask any questions, he hangs up the call. And lo and behold, he's back on Xbox within 10 minutes. And I'm like, but by picking up dinner, do you mean? And he's like, don't ask any questions you don't want to know the answer to. But, I mean, you know me. And I'm like, okay, so the cannibal thing's real. He does definitely do that. So I will have to review my notes in just a second. So for YouTube, this is the part where we're cutting out again. Or if we don't cut this out, YouTube enjoy a few seconds of me lollygagging and racing. Oh, here we are. So, at some point after that call, we all talked and were like, okay, so the cannibal stuff's really real. What about the wife stuff? What about the demon and hell stuff? Because at this point, he's convinced us of one thing, and we're all a bunch of dumb kids. Maybe he's got some, maybe he's right. Maybe he's gonna go to hell and he's gonna rule it or something. At some point, he brings me to the side in a private call, and he's like, hey, you there. So, the demons have been talking to me, and I've been informed I have to marry you to bring my dead wife back. I'm like, oh, interesting. How do you feel about that? And he's like, oh, well, I don't want to marry you. I don't even like you. I mean, you're for sure going to hell for being gay, so I'm not interested in all. So, but but demons, they said I have to. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like 14, so I can't get married yet. Sorry. He's like, okay, that's fair. We'll return to that in the future. Yeah, that topic doesn't come back up again. That's just another tidbit he dropped in there that was very weird. And throughout all this time, the inner circle of friends that he's let know about his little secret is growing and becoming more dedicated to him now that they're starting to believe some of the things, because there's been proof at this point of at least the cannibalism, so there must be a reason for the cannibalism. I mean, why would we have entertained it all this time? If he's just a cannibal, that's boring. He has to be a demon cannibal. So, no one wanted to leave. Not out of, feeling safe, but because this shit is so fucking interesting. What the hell are we gonna do? Leave and not know what comes next? We can't. Not an option. So we're sticking to our guns, we're staying in the Halo clan, we're meeting up every day. So, it's been like 2 years at this point of being his friend and seeing the whole rise and fall of the cannibal thing. And at some point, he starts asking for apostles to spread his gospel. And we're like, oh, Jesus, this is really getting intense. He starts asking some of us to sign up for it. And when some people start saying yes and start agreeing to all that, and when it's all really come to a head, like this dude is starting a cult, you want to know what happened?
What?
They all go home from school and join the call to get ready to train in Halo, as we always. And Grimm's account joins the Halo party. And Mina, the dead wife, is the one who's talking to us. And she's like, hey, so I'm sure you guys all know about me. I'm pretty sure he's told you all I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm pretty sure he's told you all he's a demon. He's not that. I'm pretty sure he's told you all he is a cannibal. He is that. And he's not going to be anymore. So she fills us in on everything that is actually going on in his life, which is that, yes, his parents were cannibals. And the Fortnite music suddenly just got so swanky I can't focus. Hold on. So, his parents were cannibals. They are also dead. These things are true. His sister, also a cannibal. The reason we're not allowed to talk to her is because none of the religious stuff of that was true. And that was all him coping with her still pushing him into the cannibalism. He had to find some kind of reason to make it all make sense and some kind of reason to figure out why his girlfriend left him after finding out. So he convinced himself that she was dead and that he had to go save her. So after that call, we were informed that he wouldn't be returning for a while because he was going to be going through extensive therapy and be cutting off his sister. They were moving out. Mina was back with him. They were going to just go have a good life away from all that shit. There was no... What's the word? There was no closure on everything that was said beyond, hey guys, he was nuts and you were all misled. Have a great life. Bye. It was just, we were all kind of left to sit with it. The Halo clan immediately dissolved without him because, I mean, what the hell are we gonna do? Keep pretending like that didn't just fucking, like our worlds weren't just turned upside down? No, that shit's over. My friend continued to date his sister for a few months, and then I don't know what happened because we stopped being friends once that all started. We had been friends since I was like 6, so that was crazy. After a few months, he hops back on voice chat to let us know that the meds are working, therapy is helping, and he's no longer a cannibal. He is, quote unquote, renounced the lifestyle. His sister is still very much one, and they don't talk that much anymore. I've kept up with him vaguely over the past few years since then, and it seems like he's doing pretty good now. Just posts workout advice on Snapchat and does not eat people. Still living off of the inheritance, so that's the story of the cannibal that I knew. Now you all know about the cannibal that I knew. I'm going to stop the recording now, but we're going to get back to playing Fortnite. So if you're here for the game, feel free to stay. But if you're here for the cannibal story, get the fuck out. Fucking... Please don't leave me. Actually, I love you. I'm going to stop recording now for YouTube, though. Bye, YouTube!